Okay. So, okay. So let's see, I'll call your name and you'll tell me the name of the one that I say. So number one, Clara. Everyone heard that? Okay, number two, Carmen. Everyone heard that? Let me
Yes.
know if there are any questions. Number three, Anna. She said title bar. Everyone
Yes.
heard that?
Yes.
Okay. Number four, Aki.
Yes.
Number four.
Ribbon display bar? No, ribbon display option.
Everyone heard that?
Display.
Number five, Timothy. Everyone heard that?
Yes.
Okay. Number six, Udelka. I couldn't hear that. She said insertion point.
No.
No?
Yes. No, yes. Bar and point, I go, oh yeah, insertion point.
Okay, number seven, Elizabeth. Would someone like to help her? She's just ruler. So there are two rulers, right? The horizontal at the top and the vertical ruler on the left.
Yes.
Sorry, I was muted. I didn't see it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Number eight, Clara. Everyone heard that?
Yes.
She said scroll bar. Number nine, Carmen. You heard that?
Yes.
Okay, number 10, Anna. She said status bar.
Yes.
Everyone heard that?
Yes.
Timothy, number 11.
View buttons.
He said view buttons. And number 12, Udelka. She said what? She said zoom slider.
Yes.
So any questions about any of those?
No.
Okay. Any questions about what any of those does? Any questions about what any of those does?
I didn't memorize them enough, but I have it in the handouts, so I have to go and practice a little bit more. Not everything though, some of them.
Okay. That's why we practice. That's why we review.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's move on. If there are no other questions or comments.
Comment is very interesting and very good to know this all before you go to college, you know?
Mhm. Okay, so we are on page number 7. Yudelka, we'll start with you. The first 2 paragraphs on page 7 of the handout. Oh, we have page. Page 7. Could you speak a little louder, please? Uh-huh. Alignment. Mhm. Uh-uh. Mhm. Calibrate. Okay, so whenever you open a blank Word document, the minute you begin typing the first letter, it is already set up for you with the type of font that you're using, the size of the font that you're using, the color of the font you're using, where it is aligned on the page, how the spacing between the lines and spacing between the paragraphs, the file name, all of that is already set up for you. And that's why they call the blank document a template, because it's already set up and created for you to just enter your own text or whatever you're going to enter into it. Continue. Ready? Thank you. So you can see, go ahead and open up a blank Word document. One moment. Open it from the start menu. Open it from the applications part of the start menu. That way it will open to the start screen. That's if you have just restarted you just turned on your computer. If you had your computer locked or sleeping, you're not going to get the start screen. So yesterday I wanted, before we go back to that, yesterday I wanted us to see the difference between the start screen of Word 2016 and Word 365. So here we can see Word 2016. They both have that dark blue on the left and then a light blue on the right. But you can see the menu in the dark area on the left is different. We have info, new, open, save, save as, print, share, export, close, account, and options. But when we look at this is 365, Word 365. That's what we use at the school, Office 365. Remember that Office is a package of different programs that they sell, that Microsoft sells. And it includes Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, Microsoft PowerPoint. If you're buying for personal use, and OneNote. If you're buying for business use, it will have Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, Microsoft PowerPoint, Microsoft Publisher, Microsoft Access, OneNote. You have, I think 1 terabyte of OneDrive space. But besides, okay, that's when you buy the package, the one-time payment. And you can see this Word 365 in the dark blue area. It's different. It has very few commands there. At the top, it says Word, and then Home, New, Open. Then at the bottom, Account, Feedback, Options. And then on the right side, you can see at the top, it says Good morning. Last night, it said good evening. So depending on the time of day, if it were in the afternoon, it would say good afternoon. But Word 2016, all it has on the top is new. It has new at the top. It has the search box below that. And then it has a list of different types of templates. And then below, all you will see are templates. When we look at Word 365, below good morning, it says new. And then, but it has templates directly below. If you want to see more templates, you'll click in the lower right side of the templates. It says more templates if you want to see more templates. But the search box is below the templates, not at the top. And then below the search box, you have recent documents that you have used, pinned documents, or documents that are shared with you. But you can see that the start screen of Microsoft Word 2016 has only templates below. It does not show any recent shared or pinned documents. So it's important to know, because your test is going to be about Microsoft Word 2016, not Microsoft Word 365. And all you see when you use Word, Excel, and PowerPoint on these computers is Microsoft 365. So whenever I see a difference between what we use, Microsoft 365, and what we are studying, Microsoft 2016, whenever I see a difference, I'll let you know. Okay, so let's go back to what we were
Right.
talking about.
Page 7.
So we were talking about the insertion point. So if we were to open, oh, we already did open. Oh, there it is. We already did open. Okay, so go ahead and click blank document. And as it opens up to the document, you'll see that insertion point blinking. That insertion point, the reason why it is blinking is because it wants your attention. It wants you to see where whatever you type, whatever you insert is going to be placed right where that insertion point is blinking. If we go to our handout, it's more difficult to find the insertion point. Let me see, let me click. But if you click in the document, wherever you click, you'll see the insertion point. And that insertion point is still telling you that whatever you do is going to happen at that spot where the insertion point is. It will stop blinking after a while, but by the time you go back and click and return to what you were doing, it will start blinking again. And that's the insertion point. It always, when you open Word, it is always blinking in the upper left corner of the document, where the document area begins, right? Because yesterday, remember, we talked about the top and bottom margins, the left and right margins, and inside of those margins is the document area, where all of your text will go by default. You can change it. In fact, you can even add text in the top margin, and the bottom margin, and the left margin, and the right margin. You can add text there, but you have to do something special to be able to get text in those areas. Okay, so that's the insertion point. Any comments or questions?
Is there a difference when we go to a start over and open Word with the application than the title?
Yeah, because if you were to open it from the taskbar, if I click on open Word here, oh, Word, what are you doing to me? Come on. Well, it depends. It depends. It depends. It depends. The question was that will it only open to the start screen if you go to the start menu? And I was saying yes to that. And then I tried to show it by opening Word from the taskbar. but it opened to the start screen. So it all depends, I guess, how many Word documents you open. Because yesterday I could not open Word to the start screen. Remember? So, but then I restarted my computer. I shut down my computer last night and I restarted it this morning. So that makes a difference. If you have your computer on for several days, the defaults are going to change. Okay, let me close this. Any other questions? Okay, Timothy, would you mind the next paragraph and then what is in the boxes?
One of the most.
No, the third paragraph.
Activity one.
What?
The activity one. That going on.
We are on page 7.
Yeah. There are several ways to move the insertion point in the document. You can use the mouse by clicking space on the document where you want the insertion point to be placed. You can also use the keyboard. Review the table below and give the keystrokes to move the insertion point in the document.
So when we say keystrokes, we're talking about the pressing the keys on the keyboard. Continue. In the boxes, the arrow keys are left arrow, right arrow, up arrow, and down arrow. Go ahead.
One character left. One character right.
Which arrow? One character left, left arrow.
Second.
One character right, right arrow.
One line up arrow. One line down arrow. Previous word, control plus the arrow. This left arrow. Next word, control plus right arrow. On one paragraph, control plus up arrow. Down one paragraph, control plus down arrow. Beginning of document, control plus home. End of document, control plus end. Beginning of line, home. End of line, end.
Thank you. Okay, so let's go to our blank Word document. And if you press the right arrow key, you can see the insertion point does not move. If you press the left arrow key, doesn't move. If you press the up arrow key, doesn't move. If you press the down arrow key, doesn't move. Now let's look our mouse. If we looking at the ruler, if your ruler is not showing, let us know. Let's say on the ruler, right there where the insertion point is in the document, but right below the number 3 on the ruler, if we click once, it doesn't move. If we go to the end of that line and click once, again, it doesn't move. If we click a little below, click once, it doesn't move. Click anywhere once, it's not going to move. So in order to move in a blank document or in an area in a document that you haven't entered anything, in order to move the insertion to that point, you have to double click. So let's try on that same line at the number 3 mark on the ruler, but here in the document. Go ahead and double click. And there it moves. Let's go to the right, let's say below the number 6. Double click. There it moves. Point anywhere else in the document and double click. You see it will move. It moves. And now, if the arrow, click the arrow to the top left corner, and now try your arrows. Oh, it's still not doing it. Okay. Okay, so we have to do something else. So but with the mouse, it's easy to move the insertion point as long as you double click. When you double click, you're able to move the insertion point. So let's take our break now, and let's be back at 10:11. And we'll do our typing at 10:11. We'll start our typing at 10:11.
Then are you going to show us today how we study?
Oh, yeah. After typing, we'll talk about that.
Okay.
What's that? Uh-huh.
Here.
Yeah.
You talk to me?
No, she was just wondering who was online so she could do the attendance.
Oh, I'm here. Okay.
Okay. I'm just gonna show this on screen. We're not going to have it on our computers. What the word malleable means is, like putty. Putty, you can stretch, you can ball it, right. It can change. So that's what malleable means. Okay, well, actually, let us do it the interactive where you do. So go to nearpod.com because a lot of this. So open your browser, click a new tab. And in the address bar, enter nearpod.com. And then enter this code. Okay. So let's start it over again. Okay, here we go.
Mine is not yet is coming.
Huh? What's
Mine,
that?
I didn't put the code yet.
It's right here.
Okay. No, I understand. No, mine is scrolling the internet, not yet.
Okay, go ahead and, oh wait, no, I have to. Okay, go ahead and answer that. Elizabeth, you didn't join yet? Elizabeth, are you with us? Aki, what happened?
It doesn't load. It's loading, but it's not refresh it maybe.
Okay.
Let me see.
Okay, so let's see this. So it all depends on which one you chose. No matter your intelligence, you can change it. Strongly agree,
Agree.
disagree, agree, or strongly agree. So most of you agree or strongly agree. Plasticity is the same as malleable, that it can change.
Here's a synopsis of research that shows the brain changing in action.
A synopsis is like an explanation.
In the first, researchers studied rats. They found what the rats did day to day affected the connections in their brains. Some rats were simply placed in empty cages, nothing to do besides eat and sleep. Other rats were put in more stimulating, challenging cages with puzzles and other rats to interact with. At the end of the experiment, they examined the brains of each group of rats. Those that were put in the challenging environment with mazes and other rats had much denser, more interconnected brains, and the brains actually weighed more. Most important, they were smarter. They were better at solving problems and learning new things. A study on London taxi drivers provides additional evidence that working hard on something challenging can actually cause anatomical changes in the brain. Anyone who wants to be a taxi driver in London has to take a very challenging, rigorous exam known to Londoners as the Knowledge. They often spend years studying for the exam and familiarizing themselves with the streets of London. Scientists hypothesized that since they gave their brains such a workout, the part of the brain responsible for spatial memory, the hippocampus, might be larger in taxi drivers compared to other Londoners. And that's exactly what they found. On top of that, the longer the person had been a taxi driver, the bigger the hippocampus was.
The hippocampus is part of the brain, a section of the brain. So there are two different types of mindsets. Some people believe that they have limited intelligence, or that they are born intelligent, or, no, I'm sorry, that either they're born intelligent or they're born not intelligent and they remain like that. Whereas other people believe that the sky is the limit. So a fixed mindset, the ones that think that they are born in a certain way and nothing will change that, they avoid challenges, they fear failure, they stay within their comfort level and familiar content. So they don't try to do things that are different or challenging. They also get very defensive and give up easily. They get defensive when someone tries to share things with them or tell them things. So they get defensive because either they don't know or they don't understand. Also, fixed mindset, they see effort, meaning they see trying as useless. They also ignore useful feedback. They don't accept feedback from someone trying to help them. And when they have any failure, they kind of like just give up rather than to try again. Also, they feel threatened by other people's success. Now let's look at the growth mindset. The growth mindset, they embrace challenges. They understand that challenges are opportunities to develop the brain. They persist in the face of setbacks. They persevere no matter how many times they fail. They persevere. So they see effort, meaning trying and trying to do things as a path to mastery, meaning that they believe that by doing, they will develop and they'll get better. Like, for instance, the expert in anything was once a beginner, right? You have to start someplace. Some people believe that they just can't do it. Other people believe that if they put the effort and the time and all that's required, they will get there. They will become experts. And people with growth mindsets use their errors or their failures to keep moving on. They take lessons from their failures. And they enjoy the success of other people. So that's the difference between fixed mindset and growth mindset. Fixed mindset can't do. Growth mindset can do. Now here are some information about how to grow your intelligence. Effort. I can get better with effort and hard work. Feedback. I can learn from constructive feedback. Constructive feedback is when someone tells you, well, you did it this way, but if you try it this way, it might work out better. Mistake. They are not afraid of mistakes, not afraid to make an error. And that is because it takes practice to get anything done. So you, at the beginning, you're gonna experience some failure, but they use the failure, whatever they did that went wrong, they figure out, well, it's not that way, so maybe another way. And they look at things that are difficult as a challenge rather than something to be afraid of. Let me see. Okay, so let's try to do this one before we move on. So at the bottom, just write your answer at the bottom. Uh, I'm gonna move on in a minute. Okay, thank you all for sharing. And I want to now share with you another this is, it's called the cone of learning. And it tries to show you how you learn things, the best methods to learn things. Confucius once said, I see and I forget. I hear and I remember. I do and I understand. I love that saying. I see and I forget. I hear and I remember. But remembering doesn't help you to understand it, right? But I do and I understand.
There's another says seeing is believing.
Yeah. Mhm. And uh-huh. And that's why I always tell students, when you follow me, when you do what I'm doing, what I'm showing you to do, when you do it, that's the start of getting to understand it. But if you just sit and listen to what I'm saying, or you sit and just look at what I'm doing, it doesn't help you. What helps is for you to start doing it. And then it's going to show you after 2 weeks what you will remember and how it is presented and how you will remember most. So at the top, we have what you read. What you read in 2 weeks, you'll remember 10%. 10%. If you listen to someone in 2 weeks, you'll remember 20%. That surprised me because I always thought reading rather than listening.
You have a bad experience, you have something very hard. You need your brain fiber.
Mhm. The next one, seeing. If you're just looking at something, after 2 weeks, you'll remember 30% of it. The next one, watching a movie, looking at an exhibit. Like an exhibit would be all of these vocabulary words that we have here, all the information about computers. You'll remember 50%. So watching a movie, looking at an exhibit, watching a demonstration, seeing it done on location, you remember 50% after 2 weeks. The next one, participating in a discussion or giving a talk. When you're participating in a discussion, you are taking part and your brain is looking in different ways when you are talking about something, right? So your brain is doing some work with whatever you are talking about. And if you are giving a talk, you have to know something about what you are talking about in order to give a talk to other people. And then the last one, doing a dramatic presentation, acting out something, simulating the real experience. Like for instance, students in medical school, they have all of these machines for them to use to practice, like operating on someone's eye or operating on the heart. So they have these machines that helps them to practice. And it's because they can't practice on, humans, right? So they have these machines. Sometimes they have animals that they practice on, but the act of practicing and doing it over and over and over, that's the way you get to perfection. I mean, knowing that there's no thing as perfection, but at least that's the way to become an expert. What?
I agree with some of this, but it's based on research. Because countries were different, and we assume we assimilate things different ways.
That's true.
So, yes,
Well, go to
but
sparkingsite.com and see what, because I'm sure it's from research. And then doing the real thing. When you do it, when you do the real thing, rather than reading about it, rather than listening up to listening to someone talk about it, you talking about it. It's not until you are able to do it that after 2 weeks, you'll remember 90%. So that's what I had talked about that I wanted to share with you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's helpful.
So in
I
class,
thought it really was good one.
so in class, what I try to do is to have you practice things that we are learning so that you are doing rather than, but there are times when I spend too much time talking, right? And the listening part, that's not how you're gonna learn, right? Maybe some people, like Timothy was saying, can learn best by hearing what people say, but I'm sure that 90% of people do it best when they are able to do it. In fact, I might even say 100% of people will understand it better when they are doing it and going through the steps of doing something. Okay, so that was that about that. Any comments or any yeah, that's true. Very true. So all you have to do is just believe that you can and understand that believing alone doesn't do it.
because the first step,
You have to you have to fail and fail and fail and fail But know that if you keep on, you're gonna get it. Like I was listening to this interview of this singer one time. And he was talking about how he was trying to make it big in the as a singer. And no one would give him a contract. But he started taking lessons, singing lessons, to try to improve his voice. And he started talking to other people about how to improve his voice. And he practiced and practiced and had more lessons. And then he finally got a contract. Because of course, with all of that practice, with all of those lessons, he improved his singing. John Legend. Everyone familiar with John Legend? I forgot the woman that he's married to, but he's a singer. And he has several hits. And but if he had, maybe after the 50 time that people say no to him, if he had just given up rather than continue to try and try and try, if he had just given up, he wouldn't have found that success. So, okay, so let's go back to our moving the insertion point. So we talked about moving the insertion point with our mouse, right? Anywhere in a blank document that you double click, you'll be able to move the insertion point. Before we do anything in your blank document, you're gonna write just exactly as I'm writing it here. If you want what we just saw, I could put it in the class information folder in Schoology, if you want to have it available. Everyone got that? Now press enter.
Huh. Where it come from?
Okay. So now you can use your mouse to click and place the insertion point to the
That was 6 or was 5?
6.
Wow. 6.
Equal. Equal, huh?
Wow.
Equal. Then equal.
You were saying something, Aki?
No.
Okay, let's continue. So if we look at the handout, going one character to the right with your right arrow, it will move a letter at a time a character at a time. Morning. The same with the left arrow. It moves the insertion point one character at a time.
Oh, no. Hold on. Where do I gonna find that character? Hold on.
The arrow keys on the keyboard.
Yeah.
You move the right arrow and it moves a character at a time. You move the left arrow, it moves a character at the time.
Where is the arrow? Hold on.
Now, if you use the up and down arrow, let's start with the down arrow. It will move one line at a time. Don't
Can you
forget,
help me
we are
where is
moving.
the arrow? On the keyboard? Sorry. Left, right arrow. I couldn't see it.
If you use the up arrow, it will take you one line at a time up. Take it all the way up to the first line. So if we want to go a word at a time, one word at a time going right, we're going to press the control key and the right arrow. So press control and the right arrow, it moves one word at a time. Press it until you get to the last word. Control plus the arrow key. One word at a time. Moving the insertion point. Now press control on the left arrow. It goes one word at a time, the other way. Do it until you get back to the beginning. If we do,
I don't understand this.
now we can do a paragraph at a time.
Monsieur Yolanda, I'm not getting it.
What?
I'm not getting it.
What are you not getting?
I don't know. The arrow is,
On the keyboard.
yeah.
I'm not there with you. I cannot help you to show you the arrows on the keyboard.
So in between
Where,
what's the
where are your arrows on those keyboards?
between
To the
what?
right of the space bar? Huh? The arrows, they say on those keyboards are below the shift key on the right. See? Okay, so now we are going a paragraph at a time. Press the control key and the down arrow. One paragraph at a time. Take it to the last paragraph. The same going up, control plus the up arrow key. One paragraph at a time. And now we're going to do going directly to the end of the document. So who remembers what keys we press to go to the end of the document?
And
And
shift end.
Right. Look for the end key, E-N-D, end, E-N-D, end, look for it. Now
Yeah.
press and hold the control key and press the end key. Oops. It takes you to the end of the document. Press control and look for the home key, home. Press control and home takes you to the beginning of the document. In fact, if we go to our basics of Microsoft Word 2016, click anywhere and press Control and End, E-N-D, Control End, E-N-D. It takes you to the last page of what? It says 47, it's 46, it's 47 pages. If we do Control Home, takes us to the beginning. So the same thing happens whether it's a large document with many pages or if it is a one-page document. Always Control End takes you to the end, Control Home takes you to the top. Any questions? Aki, were you able to find the arrow keys?
No, when I come tomorrow to the class, God willing, I will review it with the classmate.
Watch the video, watch the video.
Okay. So if I don't see it, so when you do it, I can see your keyboard. So when I watch a video, how it shows me.
Oh, right, yeah, that's true.
But it's okay. When I come, I'll do tomorrow.
But I don't understand why you can't find the arrow keys.
I know, I don't know. There is
They are
a
right below the
up
shift
there.
key, below the shift key on the right side. Below the shift key on the right side, you have
I do
arrow.
that one, but it didn't work. That one. Maybe
Huh?
I did. Oh,
What?
no. What I did, I didn't work, so I'm confused in here. So okay.
No,
When I
no.
But where you have three-
Find
three
it,
dots.
find it from how I'm explaining it to you. Find the arrow keys
you say the right side, there is a shift.
below the shift key.
Below the shift, there is page up, page down.
That's where the arrows are. Those four arrows.
Yeah, you see arrows, don't you see arrows there?
Yes, page up, page down, then left and right they have. So when I tried that, it didn't work. I don't know why.
Aren't there arrows there?
Yeah, there is arrow and
I don't know what it is.
it said PG up, PG down.
There are
Okay,
arrows
okay.
there.
Maybe she doesn't know what arrows.
I'm not talking, I never said anything about PG up or down. I said arrows.
There is a shift beside the shift. there
Okay,
is-
stop, wait until tomorrow then.
Yeah, better. That's why I said. Oh no. Okay. Let's try all. Okay.
Any questions about moving the insertion point?
Okay, I got it now. I did it before, it didn't work. Between page up down, there is arrow. That one is
Tomorrow.
okay, so it's working now.
Okay, so then there's an activity page on page 8. If you want to do, you can do, otherwise. Okay. Carmen, could you read, we are on page 9.
Okay.
Could
got
you
it.
read those first, the text on page on page 9.
Page 9.
Yes,
Once you have finished creating the document, you must then save it in a designated location where you plan to save the document and then you create your computer. It is not advisable to save the document that you create on your desktop. Create a folder, several folders in the document folder or in cloud storage like OneDrive. Save the document, click the save command in the quick access toolbar or click the file tab and the backstage view. And in the backstage view, click save. Once the save command, the save as screen in the backstage view.
okay, thank you. Let's talk about first the backstage view. The backstage view, if you go to your quick access toolbar and look for open on your quick access toolbar, look for open on your quick access toolbar and click on it. It takes you to the backstage view. Let's go back to the document. Go back to the quick access toolbar and look for print preview and print. Click on it. Print preview and print. That also takes you to the backstage view.
Miss Yolanda,
Uh-huh.
can you show it again?
Yo, you what?
In the quick access toolbar, which one we click?
1 second.
Print.
That's it.
Okay. I said to go to the quick access toolbar
Mhm.
and look for open and click on it. Then go back to the document and go back to the quick access toolbar and look for print,
No, where is
print
the open
preview
here?
and print and click on it.
No, in the quick access, which one is the first we click?
What are you asking? I don't understand.
You said in the quick access toolbar, open the first one. Which one? Which part is we click?
Open, look for open.
I don't see any said open. It's there is save, there is
So
I'm-
you didn't add it. We added it yesterday. Okay, so the
Oh.
next thing, when you click file, go ahead and click file. Oh, we went back to the document. Now go ahead and click file. That also takes you to the backstage view. But it gives you, each of them gives you a different view of the backstage view. If you
Good
go,
morning. Today is Tuesday, March 14th. And this is your morning announcement. Today we have extracurricular activities, arts and crafts at 11:30 in room LL05. Conversation circle at 11:30 in room LL04. Tomorrow, student government meeting will be held in person at 11:45 in room 219. All, please pay attention. We are going mask optional. Masks are optional. Teachers, please remember to take your attendance by the end of class Thank you.
No. Okay. Aye.
Don't forget, COVID is still here. Just reminding you.
Anyway.
It has not gone anywhere. So the backstage view gives us different options. You can open a new Word document. You can open a saved document. You can get info. Go ahead and click info. You have info about the document. You have save and save as. You can save as Adobe PDF. You can print, you can share, you can export, you can transform, you can close account and more. But of course, this is the backstage view for Word 365. Word 2016, when you click the info, it's not going to look like that. When you click home, it's not going to look like that. Okay, let's go back to our document. Okay. So that's backstage view. Now let's talk about save and save as. So far in this class, we have done both, right? We save as when we download from Schoology, because we want to find a different location to save the document. When we download a file from Schoology, we don't click save. Who remembers why we don't click save when we Clara?
You will stay in the download parts. Oh, sorry.
Clara, go ahead.
We say when they already have more in the document and we change something, we update it or something, and we save it.
Aki, what were you saying?
I said when we downloaded, we save so it doesn't save it in the document or where we want. It will stay in the download.
Say that again so that everyone can understand what you're saying.
I said if you just put it in save, so it will stay in the download area. It doesn't come with the
In the
document
downloads folder,
folder. Sorry.
right? Because everything that you download from anywhere on the internet will go immediately and directly to which folder? To the downloads folder. And that is why we don't save when we first download from Schoology. We do a save as. Because if we were to do save, it would save it in the downloads folder. In order to find a different place to save it, you have to do save as. When you do save as, you get to see browse and other different places where you can save. Go ahead.
So, if you by mistake say in click save, you download, I want to retrieve it and use save as it must be.
Repeat that?
Now, you are listening to the document on download. Now you want to save it to pull on the thing to balance the levels on the banana. So I'm definitely say like what you
I'm not understanding. Try that again.
do that. If you save the document in download, just by clicking save only,
Uh-huh.
and you want to retrieve it document, transfer it to save as it must be.
So you already saved it in the downloads folder. You closed it. So then you have to go to the downloads folder, open it, and then save it. Use save as to save it someplace else. Mhm. But let's look at other ways. Oh, this is the backstage view in Word 2016. When you click the save as print, no, that's print. No, there's no save as, sorry. When you click file, and you click save as, this is what it looks like in Word 365. But in Word 2016, it looks like this. Can you see the difference? Both of them have this part here where you have the save as written in these large text. Both of them have this the same way. But the dark blue on the left, wait, let me see. Dark blue on the left. Yeah, the dark blue on the left is different. And the part on the right, let's see. Yeah, the part on the right is different. No, I'm sorry, what the save as. The part on the right is also different. So only this part here is the same in Word 365 and in Word 2016.
So this is fine. Only for this small information on the website.
Which one?
This is fine.
365?
That's what I'm reading this.
365?
This more options. Like we cannot say as part of it on this on what's in.
Well, I think there is. Yeah, it's in different places. Any questions before we move on for the day? So then, enjoy your day and see you tomorrow. We don't, wait, do we have homework tomorrow? Oh,
Thank
yeah,
you, Miss Yolanda.
you're welcome. We do have homework. We do have homework. We do have homework. Let's see. The word window definitions. So whenever you have time, you can download it and save it in your Word folder in OneDrive. It's the Word Windows Definitions exercise. Word Windows Definitions exercise. And let me show you what you have to do with it. Because some students, especially on the second page. Oh, I forgot to change this. Don't download it yet. Don't download it yet. Don't download it. I have to change it. I have to replace this. Okay, So it will be for homework tomorrow. So have a good day and see you tomorrow. Uh-huh.
So there is no homework for tomorrow, you said?
No, because unless, I mean, I'm gonna change it now. If you wanna do it today, you can do it. But I have to
Yeah, I
delete
got,
this.
I would,
I have to delete this and, no, where is it? Word Windows definition exercise. Let me delete it. Word Windows definition exercise. Have a good one.
thank you so much.
You're welcome. Chicken fajitas, white fish and tomato sauce, Salvadorian pastelitos, beef empanadas. That's what they have in the cafeteria today. Vegetarian risotto. Interesting. Uh-huh. Quiero el clam chowder. You too, thank you. Uh, okay. Uh-huh, okay. Uh-huh.